Welcome back to Central Coast Disc Golf. This is the final 9 holes of the 2023 Santa Cruz Masters Cup. I'm your host, Nate Perkins, and I'm here with my good friend and local Santa Cruzian, Shasta Chris. How we doing, Shasta?
Oh, well, I'm jacked on the fact that I'm naturally high.
That's that old Central Coast intro
yeah, a little
song.
throwback there. I know that song used to give a lot of people smiles. I enjoyed it.
Well, Shasta, let's watch some disc golf.
Let's do it. We got a battle here. I think whoever really wants it is here to take, man.
Yeah, tough front for this lead card. We've got Greg Barsby at 8 under and Cole Redolin at 9 under. So keep those names in your mind as you're watching this back 9 because they're in contention.
For sure.
And this lead card is going to have to get some birdies on some of these tough holes if they want to separate themselves.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this all unfold here.
And hole 2 of the gauntlet, just an incredibly difficult par 3. I've only seen a couple birdies on it over the years.
James gets that one a little high and catches the ceiling of that tunnel he needs to get through. Yeah, it says 363, but definitely playing closer to 100 feet longer than that with the elevation change and the low ceiling. I think it probably takes at least 500 foot of power to get up there. That one got in there clean.
That was huge from Alden. He's so spinny.
Similar to Proctor.
These are really tough approaches here.
They are. I would say they got still close to 300 feet to the pin from here.
Kind of blind and low ceiling and just so many oaks right there at 30 to 40 feet.
Well done by Proctor there, but that still just puts him right on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, it's going to be a big putt.
All right, Gannon on a knee to save his 3 here. He has to get over that cross branch. He does that, but just doesn't have quite enough. These bendy oak trees just create such the obstacles. They really make you kind of have creative lines with your putt.
That's the closest bid for birdie we have seen on this one.
Yeah, that was an opportunity there for Alden.
Big time putt for Proctor. Hold on to that lead.
Nice cleanup by Jacob there.
Clean delivery there.
Yeah, such a repeatable stroke that James has. I know we've seen the slow-mo of that kind of exact same looking putt many times. He's the epitome of shaking hands with the basket.
Does this all have a nickname?
No, not that I can think of. 15 is what we call it.
Hole 11, this weekend for the tournament, they've chosen to use the basket that we normally play as the wind chimes hole. It is an extended par 3. Incredibly difficult to reach this one.
Yep, this is the final 3 of the gauntlet here. This is they're kind of having to throw a turnover shot starting it over this canyon. One of the windiest parts of the course, and a lot of risk of 2-meter rule on this hole. You're kind of forced to get it nose up to float it.
Wow, James got that one pin high. He
really
cranked on that destroyer.
Yeah, he did not get that one nose up at all. He was able to really penetrate with that one flat. This is one of those ones where you're kind of hoping you hear that sound.
I would say this is the hole where I see people get stuck the most.
I agree. It happens so much that I automatically assume that it's going to be stuck until you hear the disc hit the ground.
Oh, that was early out of Gannon's hand, but he has it turned over. Wow.
How are we not hearing a bunch of claps? I don't know.
I know. People are very expressive.
Looked like the group knew how good it was. I know he really came close to that dead tree, but once he got clean of that, it was on a line tracking the basket. Couldn't quite see where it ended up from our angle.
Yeah, just enough of a slope here that...
Wow. He
what?
went
Gannon deep.
50, 60 feet long.
Just through 500 feet. Oh, and just Gannon lipping out. Still looking for that first birdie of the round.
Wow, he is, isn't he?
That's wild.
Just goes to show you, one of the best players in the world still doesn't have a birdie.
Oh, we get to see this slow-mo. This looked good. Just half a rotation too early, and now we're out of the gauntlet. We're headed into a string of par 3s that are a little more gettable, especially this one right here.
For sure. Here we have the gravity hole. Basically, players are just trying to throw a putter, pick a side left or right of this V tree, and match the slope of the ground, because this is really feeds hard to the right. James is electing to use the left side, use the hillside to slow down your disc, feed to the pin.
Ideal shot when you're playing that left side.
I agree. Perfectly executed. Alden kind of trying to follow suit. He's going to have about a 40-footer there.
I think it's time where he's going to be forced into going for that putt. He can't really afford to fall too back of James.
All right. He'll take that. That kind of came into the hill a little hot.
Man, it's just been that kind of day for Gannon.
Sure has. I kind of thought he executed that one, but just didn't get quite enough on it to beat that last tree.
Okay.
It kind of almost looked like it was in. It just
It
right
did.
over it.
Yep. Just stayed high. He knows he can't just lay that up, and actually gets a fortunate checkup after it misses the pin, and this is a 30-footer coming back.
Well done. Good focus. Just one of them gets the birdie on gravity. The birdies are elusive today, man.
They really are. Proctor moves to 12. He's 2 in front of Alden. He is 3 in front of Cole Radalin and 4 in front of Barsby.
All right, here we have hole 13, also known as the Anaconda. Known because of this guardian root, just perfectly placed at circle's edge on this precariously placed basket right on the spine. Classic De La hole. These guys are trying to throw a turnover shot just left side of this oak tree, as tight as you possibly can bring it.
Maybe just a little too much angle for Alden.
Too much angle, yep.
This is such a touchy 300-foot hole.
Oh, no.
That takes you to a tough spot to get up and down from.
He's going to have a slow, sloped upshot right into the pin where he needs to somehow slow it down right on the cliff edge.
Now, this is a line we don't see too often, the high route. And that's a great result. He's going to be circle's edge.
Yeah, with a nice uphill putt at it. Definitely one of the more comfortable looks you can have on this hole. Looks like I think James was able to hop over the Anaconda route there.
Oh, no. So Gannon actually...
Yeah, it looks like he must have caught an
rolled
edge when he
down.
hit the ground.
And it's so wild chest. It feels like it's just kind of slipped through his fingers. He's going to be, 4 back. And running out of holes. Running out of birdies.
I don't know. It's his 18th birthday. It's maybe the pressure of having to be an adult in this world now, It's like maybe he's got some other things on his mind. No, I'm just joking. I doubt he's thinking about that. He's still out there, still grinding. There's still time in this round. Nobody's really separated themselves that much. I think we saw it, was it yesterday, that Alden finished his round with 4 birdies.
Yep, good putt there. Looking at the hill. He's going to stay 2 back. And Cole and Barsby are now both 3 back of James, sitting at 9 under par. So still about 5 people that are within range of this title. Moving into hole 14, 324 feet. Kind of a gentle right to left shaped fairway. You want to throw something right over to the top of that root ball. Right inside this cluster of pine trees, ideally getting a little skip up this trail that leads to this pin. You don't want to throw something too fast, or you do risk kind of skipping into that road.
Yeah, with actually having to throw a hyzer towards the road, that is definitely potential. Just a little inside by James, and he catches one of those guardian oaks.
It's one of the things about De La is if you looked at this course on paper, you're thinking, oh, these are just stock shots. But then you get out here and play it. There's nothing stock about this hyzer.
No.
You can't push it too straight. You'll hit the pines. Too inside, like James, you don't get anywhere. You've got to flip this gently up like we saw Alden do and just slide up that trail. It's a touchy right-hand backhand.
For sure. The root ball, and then just above it is this oak branch that's dangling. That really likes to knock down your dreams of getting a look at birdie.
Again, it kind of shows us right there. I mean, a beautiful mid shape, and he just pushed it a hair straight, and now he's looking at 70 feet if he wants to card his first birdie of the round.
Looks like he's kind of forced to put a hyzer putt on that one. All right, nice birdie by Alden there. He showed us how you're supposed to play that hole.
So Alden moves within 1. Barsby also cards the birdie here on 14. He moves within 2. But Proctor is going to have the lead heading into the hill.
Heading into the hill. It's where dreams are either made or crushed. These final 4.
So from 14's basket, you kind of walk across the finishing hole. You walk across Tournament Central. You have all the people that are sitting on the logs, like watching people play top of the world. It's a unique walk that you have.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like a few minutes in between tapping out and getting to this next tee. So for sure, you can maybe see some of your friends that are watching or some of your buddies that have already finished their rounds hanging out by top of the world. And it's a unique finishing circumstance.
So we have only seen a few birdies on 15 throughout the weekend. Alden Harris was one of them with a 2 on this hole yesterday, and he's going to have to throw something in if he wants to card a 2 today.
Yeah, I doubt the place he got his 2 yesterday from, but he'll have a clear look at the basket and a decision if he wants to run that or not. And James with a similar result. It's honestly not a bad spot to be for the 3.
Nice shot from Jacob.
Yeah, putting it right there at the traditional long pin. Gannon needs this to turn a little bit. Well, if that sits, that actually really, really helped his cause. That's going to make the upshot way more open. Anything on the left side is completely pinched. Looks like he quickly throws that up there. I kind of feel like he feels like the reality of winning a Masters Cup and repeating his title on his birthday is kind of becoming a little bit more of a long shot here. Sounds like Jacob was trying to give it a bid there.
Jacob not really having a great round, but still big moment for him to make coverage 2 days in a row.
For sure.
Really cool to have a local.
No, definitely. It's awesome. Like, he doesn't get to travel and go out and play at these Disc Golf Pro Tour events where we're seeing these 3 other guys constantly in contention to win the tournament. So it's definitely going to be a great learning experience for him, one that's really only going to help his career in the future, just being there and knowing that he can compete with some of the world's best.
Things are tight. We've got 3 holes left. James just with the 1-stroke lead over Alden, 2 strokes over Greg, 3 over Cole. Big moment here, uphill par 3. It's attackable, but it can also be dangerous. You have to shape something through a gap that's maybe 15 feet wide. If you hit early, you have a blind approach with a sloped green. Not a hole that we see parked very often.
No, like you were saying, this is not a very hard hole to kind of play safe up the hill, but if you want to get the 2, you got to speed up and be very aggressive and kind of really bring these trees and this super steep hill into play. Looks like Proctor just gets that low into some of that low shrubs.
Yeah, the footwork looked good. It was just almost uncomfortable at the late part of his release, and he kind of yanked over on that disc.
Yeah, this is an interesting tee pad. It's so steep that when you're at the back of the tee pad, it has a different look than when you're at the front of the tee pad, just because of how much slope you have. You really got to make sure to get it in the air.
Okay, so not the worst spot for James. No way. Oh, it must have been worse than I thought.
He just was. It's just a guarded ceiling there. He needed to get it over that, and I think he needed to get it under the next branch, so he couldn't really freely throw over that bush. Oh no! Wow.
I can't even believe this. He's gonna have 50 feet for a 4.
Yeah, he's not even in the circle yet.
Alden's underneath the basket.
All right, here's James for his bogey. Oh no. Gives it a good bid, but just a little too high, and then gets the unfortunate roll away.
This is completely unraveling for Proctor right now.
He needs this for double bogey. All right, he cashes it.
Whoa. De La is mean.
It is. I mean, I know this. I feel like out of all the holes actually on the hill here, this is the hole that has the teeth. You know, if you get in the wrong spots and just you miss a putt, it's gonna roll.
So now all of a sudden, Alden finds himself tied for the lead.
And that brings us to hole 17. One of the few flat shots we have on the course. You're basically trying to throw a very straight 350-foot shot. A lot of time you're either getting some form of crosswind, either from the left to right or right to left on this one, which just makes throwing a straight shot so much trickier. Looks pretty calm for him at the moment, though.
Yeah, so to update you guys, Alden pars there. Greg birdies the 16th. Moves to 11. Cole bogeys the 16th. Moves to 9. Proctor's at 10.
Yeah, and it looked like Alden put himself in the circle there for a birdie look, too.
Yeah,
so
big time shot.
he rises to the occasion. Well, it worked out a little better than he thought, I think. All right, nice bounce back shot there from Proctor. Gannon still looking for that elusive birdie.
I wonder how far we have to go back to find a birdieless round for Gannon. At least a few years.
Oh, yeah, I imagine it probably hasn't happened as him being a pro.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty young career, and he's been so successful.
Oh, and that is just a monumental miss for Proctor right there. Ooh, and Alden a little further away than we initially thought, and just a little left side. This is anyone's game right now, Shasta.
Really
this is wild.
Nobody's really showing like they really want it here. Wow, Gannon actually turning that into a 3-putt for a bogey. think he's pretty much checked out of the tournament at this point.
Cole and Greg also part 17.
Okay.
We're at 11 for Alden, 11 for Greg, 10 for James, 9 for Cole.
All right, looks like we have a battle to the end on our hands. Who's going to be the one to rise to the occasion and take this one down? What an interesting final round here at De La in the Masters Cup.
It was a pretty clear day yesterday. It was, you could see clear across the Monterey Bay.
Yeah, it was. It was incredible visibility. You could actually see all the different layers of mountains all the way to Big Sur.
Pretty special up here. Not a bad place to have a backup.
Not bad at all. And not a bad place to have a finishing hole here, too, with all this drama.
So we've got something very unique for you guys. We're actually going to watch the chase card play this final hole.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm stoked.
This is awesome.
I'm
Barsby's
really
in
happy.
contention of winning the tournament. We get to see how he plays this final hole.
He's going Scorp here. That looks like a solid angle.
Yep, he's just trying to get this forehand to land somewhere close to the road without going in it. Wow. Looks like he put that about as close as he could to be in the road and still stay safe. Excellent shot.
And Andrew Miranda having himself a solid final round.
Yeah, I think that's a name we're going to be seeing up here at the Masters Cup leaderboards for many years to come. He really enjoys playing De La Viega, and he plays it so well.
And good to see Noah Meitzma on the chase card. DGA sponsored player himself, and here's Cole.
You can hear the murmur of the crowd. Is it too far? Very similar to Barsby. Safe. He's just having a pitch up to the mandatory corner there.
Big shot for Andrew right here. Him and Cole are battling for a podium position and potentially still the win if there's any mistakes by Greg and Alden. Greg in a great spot, though.
Yeah, he slides that one up there just like you would expect him to.
Little 15-footer.
Yeah, it's just such a great angle from there. It really just kind of, any of the trouble just isn't in your way from there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, he's done all he can. He's just got to sit back and wait and see what the lead card does now.
Oh, how cool. If we get to see it back-to-back like this, Barsby moves to 12. Alden realizes, sits, and has to watch Greg birdie the hole.
Looks like he elects to throw the big hyzer.
Heads up.
Perfect speed. That's exactly what he was looking for. He'll have a nice, clean alley upshot to the pin from there. Oh. I think Jacob's kind of going a little bit more aggressive for the pin here with the forehand. Catches some late tree. That's plops him down safe. He'll take that.
Proctor also going for the eagle.
Heads up.
Oh no. He really got that one over and didn't get the hyzer forehand he needed. OB by a long shot there. Alden capturing the moment for his good buddy Gannon's final drive on his 18th birthday.
Wow. And with that out of bounds, that will be birdieless birthday.
Yeah, I think he was trying to end with an eagle there. The way he threw that forehand. Safe.
It's a scary putt for James.
Yeah.
Big moment. Ooh, but all the touch in the world, Shasta. I think we're going to have
Perfectly
a playoff.
executed.
You know what the playoff hole is? I'm assuming we're just heading to hole 1.
Yes, we're going to hole 1. They decided to just do hole 1 and then the 3 to 4. So hole 1 and hole 3 over and over on repeat until there's a champion.
It's kind of brutal.
Yep, basically our 2 toughest safari holes.
Yeah.
Over and over until one of them.
You mean we don't just walk up the hill to top of the world and keep walking back up the hill?
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
That would be great, actually.
Oh, you tied? Yeah, just go ahead and walk back up the hill, please.
And then take away all the OBs and the Mandos and just let them gun at it. No, you got to play the course how it was in the tournament, but. Well, there we go. Looks like we're going into overtime here.
I'm here for it. I don't want this to end anyhow. You are watching the Masters Cup on Central Coast. Alden Harris and Greg Barsby are headed to a sudden death playoff. Shasta said it. We're headed to the first of 2 safari holes that we are playing for this playoff. We did not see a 2 on hole 1 during the tournament.
We sure didn't. We didn't see any on coverage, and apparently none happened, so looks like we got another chance, though. That would be a pretty memorable way to take this one down. But it's sudden death. It doesn't matter what score they get. Whoever shoots if they get through a hole with one player shooting a better score, that's the winner.
So really you're looking to punch this one out to maybe 420. 360 gets you in range, but 450 really pushes you close to those railroad ties.
This one's kind of flipping up a little bit, flirting with that right Mando. But he still has some room.
Yeah, you called it. He's going to have to still navigate to the left of that tree.
Yeah, it's going to make that upshot definitely trickier. This is a little bit more what you're going for by Alden.
Yeah, that's almost the exact same spot he landed earlier in the day. He's going to have that straight putter shot up the hill.
Yeah, it's like Barsby's forced to throw a forehand, but I don't know if he's going to take it wide or try to do it straight. Yep, straight through this gap. Ooh, throws it great, but
No.
right into that hard pin. Rolls back a few meters, but he's still got to look for his 3 there. Alden kind of in the ideal landing zone. This comes out low, and he's able to slide under the log.
Are you kidding? We're going to have a little putt off right here. Greg up first, 32-footer.
32-footer. Very steep.
His partner, Casey, closing her eyes, taking a deep breath there in the background. Alden Harris for the win.
For the win, 33 feet.
No way, Shasta.
Neither of those were really that close.
We are headed to the next hole.
We're headed
I'm
to the
shocked
next one.
right now that none of these players got up and down.
Yeah, they're skip hole 2 and kind of walk over to hole 3, which is the 672-foot combined hole. They both let each other off the hook there. Each had putts to try to seal the deal. Couldn't get it done. The drama continues. I know the gallery's not disappointed. We want to watch as much golf as we possibly can.
They were excited. I mean, you're never rooting for anybody to miss, but you could hear the murmuring. They're ready to keep on watching some disc golf here. Such a great community of discers here in Santa Cruz. It's one of the many reasons why I will always come back for this tournament.
I agree, man. I feel very blessed to be a part of it. And yeah, we're very lucky here in Santa Cruz. This course has been around for so long. I'm still meeting people that I've never met before who've been playing De La since the beginning. It is. We have a very rich community, and it's large.
So Alden still going down tempo on this mid. Just a little high.
A little higher.
Gets right around the Mando. It looks like he's barely throwing that disc, right?
Right. It's significantly downhill. He's just basically getting it on the line, and the disc is doing the work.
Greg gonna chance things with this high route.
Yeah.
Gets through.
Wow.
Way down there. He's going to put the pressure back on Alden.
Yeah, those are both shots were executed how they wanted. Now it's just a matter of what kind of scramble they have from here. Alden's taking this spike hyzer through the telephone wires, beating that dead tree. Great shot. That should be probably right around circle's edge. Greg has a super low ceiling to deal with here. He's a little bit high and catches some of that leaf, which slows him down a bit. Leaves him 31 for the 3. All right.
Little low ceiling too, not great for his style of putt, and he makes that correction, puts that one right on the money.
Oh wow, here we go. It's really cool to see Gannon in the background capturing the moment. You know, I know it's his birthday and he didn't have the best round, but he's still out there. He's still in the game, rooting for his good buddy Alden.
Oh, what a clutch putt from Greg. This is turning into something memorable here, Shasta. This is great.
Yeah, I think they kind of both shook the nerves of the playoff off right there and went back to playing the golf that got him there in the lead. Wow.
And Greg said it.
On there.
Yeah, that hits the pole and tries to come back out at him.
And here we go, right back to hole 1 again.
And Greg going with that same
Kinda
shape.
Looks like he got a little bit more left on that one. That few meters is actually going to open up that shot a lot more for him.
How interesting to play the same hole 3 times in one round.
Yeah. Definitely. And it's a doozy of a hole. Oh, no. They both catch one of these guardian trees. They both had a pretty significant window there, too, but just weren't able to execute cleanly. Alden has to send this. Greg, 58 feet. A good 10 feet of elevation gain on this putt, too. Very uphill.
Wow!
And he sends it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, baby.
Greg Barsby from deep circle 2 for the Masters Cup title.
Our legendary day-law photographer John Steele there able to give Greg his celebratory hug. Alden, such a gentleman and great competitor, comes up with a smile, congratulates Greg. I love to see that. Casey, his partner, she can relax now. I guarantee she was way more stressed out than he was on that situation.
Yeah, baby. Thank you, guys.
Like I mentioned before, Greg's not a De La local, but he's been playing here for so many years. So many great memories.
2023 Santa Cruz Masters Cup presented by DGA is Greg Barsby.
Gregory Barsby, the people's champion.
This two-timer takes home $3,600. We're trying to make this short and sweet. We walk amongst legends out here. I mean, yesterday when James gave me the news, I didn't know what to think when we walked up 25. But I made the commitment last night that I would give everything I had today to play the best golf I could. I had a couple of slip-ups, and as the game grows, you got these young guys, and they're all really hungry, and they're all really good. They're all really, really good. So
I remember when he was a young guy.
Was it 14 years removed since I got my last one? I didn't have to roller race this time. Yeah, this is just unbelievable. I'm so grateful for the staff, obviously DGA for supporting this event and this course for so many years. All of the legendary guys that are here that were that I got to interact with. You know, Merle and Tommy and discgolf.com. The list goes on forever. Yeah, just grateful for all the guys I got to play with, practice rounds, Bell, Anton, and all the young guys for pushing the sport to where it is today. I am so happy to get this off. I've had a tough start to the year, and there's only a few courses I can beat them at, I feel like now. So I have to make them count. And obviously my wonderful girlfriend for supporting me in everything I do. Yeah, big thanks to Innova and Millennium. Seeger bags, and please get home safe. Love the people that you cherish. Thank you guys for being my family too.
Yep. Thank you, Greg. I know that Greg and John Baldwin were good friends, and JB was a big fan of Greg also, so I know he would appreciate that. One thing about John is he always wanted his friends to do the best, and he was a consummate fan also. And I know he's smiling down on Barsby. I know he dedicated that final round to him, and it showed, especially making a clutch putt at the end. That was in JB fashion too. So another one to chalk up to the memory books. Man, I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing it again here, but
You know, the first time I actually came to De La, I watched JB hit a 55-footer on the hill to win a sudden death playoff himself. And what a historic tournament this was, and an unforgettable weekend. And you know, we lost someone that everyone in this community cherished, but there was something beautiful that we were all able to be here together. Sure. Dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of JB's friends were together to
definitely
be there for each other and to remember him. And
I know there were people that probably actually wouldn't have even came to the tournament, but they decided to come up Sunday to be a part of this community and family and celebrate and cherish. And you know, it'll kind of always be the JB Memorial Masters Cup for me from now on. So thanks, Nate. Thanks for having me aboard, man. This was a special one to be a part of, and I really had a good time commenting with you.
hey, it was great, Shasta. I can't believe that we only just had one player on our lead card who shot under par. It goes to show you just how difficult the layout was this year, and this was just a historic Masters Cup, and what an honor to be here on Central Coast Disc Golf with you. And let's go enjoy some Santa Cruz vibes out there. One of my favorite cities in the United States, man.
Oh, let's do it. Monday Fun Day.
All right, thank you guys again for tuning in. Please leave Central Coast a comment. Let them know how much you appreciate the quality that they bring to you guys for free for tournaments like this one. From Shasta Chris and Nate Perkins, we'll see you guys at the next one.